Gentlemen, start your engine!
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack hit. Will get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Chris Thompson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off a 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Driver, start those engines. Let's hear that roaring sound. Rolling off the pit road, the tires grip the ground. Flames of freedom burning in the blazing sun. On FFTV, on the pole, the race has just begun. Feel the thrill ignite, adrenaline so high. Gears shift faster than lightning. We're ready to fly. Engines roll, heart soul, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags. Dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide. No time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul. Start your heart, start the show. FFTV on the pole. Twist and turn, feel the burn, the tensions in the air. Slick grooves and sudden moves, danger everywhere. Break road or splash like fireflies in a summer night. Avoid those wrecks, keep it steady, hold your line tight. Pushing limits, racing fast, no room for doubt. Every second's pump and pulse, the crowd's on the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurled. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
All right, well, we're getting ready to set here, and sorry that I'm messing with this stuff on the screen, but it's the first night for this, so it's going to take me a little moment to get these situated where we need them for tonight's race as they get ready for qualifying here. Bear with me here as I get this kind of put together where I want it to be. That's that. Now we got it. Hey, watch those drivers rolling on down there. You're watching Chris Alvey there in the 096. See if we can get a little bit closer in on that. As it rolls there through turn 4 down the front straightaway. Currently there with a, let me set this to fast time so we can keep track. Alvey with a 16:005 here for tonight to start your Thursday Night Thunder. And as you can see, Shaggy TV handed it over to me for tonight as we get ready to rock and roll from Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. Starting off with your Hawks Garage 358s. Then I believe it is the Village House Coffee Big Block Modifieds. If I have it set right, let me double check yet. No, that's wrong. It's the Expert Insulation big blocks. So that has to get changed. So we got the Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds, and then the we'll get it here straightened out just one moment here. They get ready to grid up here for heat number 1 on the grid. We'll get that grid up here just a quick moment. Oh, now, come on. Your grid is going to look like this. Your 8 drivers here in heat number 1, or 9 drivers, I should say, are going to be Randall Dixon starting out there on a pole. We got Mike Brewer in second and number 390. In third tonight, starting there for On Edge Racing, hammer down the 066 of Mike Guida. The Anaconda Sam Bachman there in the 007 in fourth for Full Throttle Motorsports. Starts fourth. When row number 3 there to the inside. Harold Klump in the number 35 and him on his outside. Armando Melgoza there in the number 78. Row number 4 to the inside. The 207 of Terry Walters. To his outside, starting 8th tonight is the 06 of Scott Thomason Racing. Scott Thomason starting there in a 9th place. It's going to start the 051 of Clay Christopherson. They work down that backstretch, ready to hit the fire here tonight. And down and away here in the corner number 1. Side by side they go. They want to head on out there. Great job so far. As they head on through the corner, and I think we're going to do this a little differently here for this. So bear with me as I get back. And we got there tonight. Rolling around the speedway. Laps to go here in the 358th division. They keep working it around the track. Everybody looking good. And we got the leader, Mike Brewer, out front. Down there now through the corner. Down that back straightaway. And bring it on out of turn 4. 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go now for Mike Brewer as you watch. Guida there on the bottom. Randall Dixon there in the middle. The 7 of Sam Bachman there in 4th. I'm sorry, Sam Bachman there in 2nd. Mike Guida's 4th. Line that tonight. It's apparently not connected the way I need. They bring it on out here through the corner. There we go. Expert insulation for your big blocks tonight for your 358 Bonafide. That is Hawks Garage. And there's your unofficial results of Mike Brewer out there getting the victory. We'll get your Heat 1 results right now. Heat 1, Mike Brewer in the first spot. Second going to Sam Bachman. Randall Dixon there in 3rd. Mike Guida 4th. Harold Klump there in 5th. Clay Christopherson in 6th. Scott Thomason there in 7th. Terry Walters 8th. Armando Malgoza rounds out there in 9th. Heat number 2 on the grid. On that front row to the inside there in the pole position. The 23 from FTS. William Watson. To his outside from Can-Am Racing. The 513 of Jeff Barker. Row number 2 to the inside, the 79 from Super Dirt Kart Series, Full Throttle Motorsports. Dean Reynolds starts 3rd. Billy Roberts in the 099 in 4th tonight. Row number 3 to the inside, JWR Motorsports, the 027 of Ryan Elsie. To his outside, starting 6th, the 67 of Robbie Shaw. Row number 4 on that inside, the 147 of Michael Machio. Rolls off in 7th tonight with Tom Atlas. And the number 22 there in 8th. And rounding out the field tonight in the 9th spot, for Full Tilt Racing, the 441 of Chris Bargetzi. Now you watch him come here out of the corner. Everybody raring to go. Here to start this one. We got him here coming out of turn number 4. 8 laps the distance here tonight. One more time around before that green flag. Look at your point standings here before they get started for tonight. Sam Buckman leads the points coming into tonight. 3 wins, 5 top 5s. 494 points is what he's sitting with. Dean Reynolds in second with 421. Craig Christopherson in third with 410. Billy Roberts in fourth. And Jeff Sharp fifth. Tell you what, roll down the back straight away. Through turn 3 and 4. Or heading into 3 and 4 rather. The 23 of Watson out there to a great start. Dean Reynolds as well as he gets there in the second. From start to third. Kylie works there to the top side. Jeff Barker there in third tonight. Billy Roberts in fourth right now as they roll down the back straightaway. Here through 3 and 4. Watson hangs on to the lead. Reynolds there in second. Barker third. Roberts fourth. Robbie Shaw sitting fifth right now. Ryan Elsey there in sixth. Michael Machio back here in seventh, working there around the racetrack. Trying just to find that groove here tonight. Tom Atlas back here in eighth. Chris Bargetzi did not come out for the grid. They work there now down the back straightaway. William Watson out front. Dean Reynolds there in second. Jeff Barker third. And they roll it down there now off corner number 2. Robbie Shaw there in fifth. As you see, the 23, William Watson up there on that high side, working there. 2 laps to go here in heat number 2. Dean Reynolds trying to chase it down. There in second as they work off of turn 2, down that back straightaway. In the 3 and 4 they go. Roberts there in third. Reynolds way up there, gets it outside, trying to find that extra momentum to get up there to battle Watson, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Final time here out of 2 as the white flag has waved. Here for heat number 2. Watson out front. Dean Reynolds there in a second. Roberts there in third. They headed on out here. Down through turn 1 and 2. Looking to the high side as they come there and onto the back straightaway. It is William Watson getting the win for heat number 2. Heat number 2 results. That's going to be William Watson getting that win. Dean Reynolds there in second. Billy Roberts third. Jeff Barker fourth. Robbie Shaw fifth. Brian Elsey there in sixth. Michael Machio there in seventh. Tom Atlas there eighth. Chris Bargetzi there in ninth. So that means William Watson, Dean Reynolds, Billy Roberts, Jeff Barker all move on to the main show here tonight. Here for heat number 3. Jason Butterfield for Venom Racing starts on pole for heat number 3. The 93 machine. 2 is outside. The 210 of Barry Wallace starts second. Here in a third tonight for Thunder Ridge Racing starts the 280 of Jeff Sharp. 2 is outside. Hammer Down Racing's own 122. Brian Dickens starts fourth. Third row inside the 990 of Glenn Sharp. There in fifth. Chris Albee there in the 96. Starts in sixth. Row number 4 to the inside. Out fourth. There for Big Fish Goals, the number 61. Starts 7th. Scott Rion for FTM. And the number 4 starts in 8th tonight. Tough competition here this Thursday night for Thursday Night Thunder. Who's it gonna be here for heat number 2? Lights are off. Pace car's gonna pull off there going out of turn 2, diving to the inside. And Scott Brion did not take the grid that I can see. There you see Jason Butterfield there on the inside on that pole position. Pace car, Butterfield's going to bring him to the green. There on that inside. There we go. Down and away. Yeah, looks like Wallace getting a great start on the outside line, but Butterfield not going to give up too easily there on the inside. Here comes the 28. Jeff Short down there. They go 3 wide with Dickens in the middle. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Dickens still drives in the middle of it. Getting a little sideways to the 210. Barry Wallace. Great job there by Dickens, not pushing him around. Gets to the outside of them here through 3 and 4. And they are still very tight here for heat number 3. Your 4th and final transfer spot, all but fought over right now. As you see the 99 there, or the 990 at Glenn Sharp there on the bottom side. The 096 Albie up there on the outside. Barry Wallace currently sitting there in 4th in the number 210. As we see Jason Butterfield there out front. Jeff Sharp in 2nd, Dickens in 3rd. And they'll keep battling down the front straightaway here. 4 laps to go into 1 and 2. Up there on the high side, down through the back straightaway. Butterfield leads them through turn 3 and 4, coming around the 3 to go as it goes under the flag stand. Here at Charlotte Speedway, the dirt side of things, so the dirt track of Charlotte. Down the back straightaway still as you watch Dickens slowly reel in. Jeff Sharp isn't going to be enough though. Here as we come around the 2 laps to go. Dickens trying to dig there, coming through turn 1 and 2. Seeing him only about 3/10 of a second off of Sharp. Down through 3 and 4 now. Dickens is not enough to get there. Butterfield though, he'll come across the line. Final lap here. Through 1 and 2. Final time down the back straightaway. As Jason Butterfield works there on turn number 4. And across the line, Jeff Sharp hangs on to 2nd. Dickens there to 3rd. Barry Wallace in 4th. We'll see how well they get the heat 3 results here. So heat number 3. Harold Klump starting on the pole in the number 35. Robbie Shaw in the 67. Albie there in the 096 starts 3rd. Clay Christopherson in the 051 starting there in 4th. 3rd row inside. JWR Motorsports, the 027 of Ryan LZ there in 5th. Glenn Sharp in the 990 in 6th tonight. Rolling off in 7th tonight for Scott Thomason Racing, the 06 of Scott Thomason. Goes outside, Michael Vecchio in the 147, starts 8th. Row number 5 inside, Big Fish Toll 61. Elton 4th, rolls off in 9th. Terry Waters in the 207, rolls off in 10th. Row number 6 to the inside, Tom Atlas in the number 22. Scott Brion in the 4, rolls off in 12 for FTM. 13th is going to be Armando Melgoza. And 14th, Chris Bargetzi in the 441. And it does not look like Bargetzi took the grid, so that's going to leave one car to battle out back here at the back to try to make the show, and that is Melgoza. They worked down through off of 2, now they're working through 3 and 4. Ready for the green flag. or 10 laps of distance here for your consolation. Not something we normally see here at FFTV, but we do have them from time to time. As I said earlier tonight, filling in for Shaggy TV as he has a much better thing to do tonight. So, hopefully he's enjoying the racing where he's at. I'm enjoying the racing here at Coast to Coast as always. As they're down and away, 10 laps of distance. Harold Plump out there in front. The 78 gets a great start there. Armando Malgoza, Tom Atlas, Scott Rione out as well. So if Scott doesn't get back out here, there is your 12 drivers right there. That'll do it. So now they're just battling for position now. Unless Scott somehow comes back out and gets back in it. And somebody else goes out. 9 laps to go. And Albie there in second. Chris Stuyvesant there third. Down there on the bottom, the 51. Chris Stuyvesant works around Chris Elby as Chris Elby's up there in the 96. On that high side. Down there now off of 4. Down across the stripe. And down across 1 and 2. The 35. Harold Plump still hangs on to the lead. 7 laps to go for Harold Plump. But Elby right there behind him along with Chris Stuyvesant. Chris Stuyvesant's not giving up there on the bottom. Getting that nose underneath. Plump there through the corners. Can he get that extra grip to get him out to the front? As he stays underneath down the back straightaway. Can he get the bite here through 3 and 4? And Plump hangs on to the outside. We got great racing. There you see Horton back here in 7. Thomason in 6. Elsie there on the bottom side in that 27 machine. Robbie Shaw, she was outside there in the 67. We still got Clay Gonzalez trying to work on those drivers on the high side of the track. 4 laps to go here in your LCQ tonight, your last chance qualifier. We got them battling out hard up here at the front. And Scott Rione definitely is out now. There's not enough laps for him to try to even remotely come back. 3 laps to go as they work out of turn 4. Larry Thompson there in front. Leading the way. There on the high side for Stuyvesant gets around Plump here for the final lap. Down the back straightaway here through 3 and 4. They work there off of 4, and it is going to be Baker Stuyvesant getting the win here in the heat race. Harold Plump there, here in the LCQ. Harold Plump there in second. And we're going to get your results for the LCQ here in just a moment. Here we go for your consolation results. That's going to be Chris Albee getting the win. Alton 4th. I'm sorry, no, it was all of my thing. Clay Stuyvesant getting the win. Harold Plump 2nd. Chris Albee gets 3rd here in the consolation. Robbie Shaw in 4th. Scott Thomas in their 5th. Ryan Elsie in 6th. Alton 4th, their 7th. Glenn Sharp in 8th. Terry Waters 9th. Armando Malgoza in 10th. Tom Atlas there in 11th. And Michael Machio rounding out your finishing results there in 12th. Scott Rione 13th and Chris Borghetzi there in 14th. And I guess I shouldn't say rounding out your results there as well, but actually your last one that qualified for tonight's feature. In a minute here, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody qualified. Looking like possibly everybody did, so we'll have to see here how this plays out. But we'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Here from the Speedway, your starting grid. Boyer Hawks Garage 358. Mike Brewer starts out there on the pole in the number 390. Full Throttle Motorsports, William Watson in the number 23, starts second. Row number 2, won that inside, Venom Racing, the 93, Jason Butterfield. And for tonight, the Samaconda 007 from Full Throttle Motorsports, the number starting in fourth. Row number 5, Dean Reynolds for Super Dirt Cars the Enemy. Full Throttle Motorsports 79. Starts fifth. Jeff Sharp there in sixth. Driving a number 280 for Thunder Ridge Racing. Row number 4, inside the 011. Up Randall Dixon there in seventh. Billy Robertson, the 099, starts eighth. Row number 5, On Edge Racing. Hammer down there on the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens in ninth. On Edge Racing, hammer down. Row 66, Mike Wheeler, starts 10th. Can-Am Racing Team, 513, Jeff Parker. Then 11th, Barry Wallace. And 12th tonight, driving a number 210. 13th tonight, that's going to start the 051 of Clay Chris Robinson with Harold Plump in the 35 to his outside. Chris Albany starts inside, row number 8, 15th, driving a number 096. Robbie Shaw, there in the 67, starts 16th. Row number 9, Scott Tomlinson, there in 17th. Ryan Halsey, 18th, starting tonight. 19th, Elton Ford. Glenn Sharp there in 20th. Terry Walters back there in 22nd. Gio and Atlas round out for field here tonight as they storm down the back straightaway here. Great start by all these drivers. They headed on out their slide. 3 and 4. Watching that dirt fly down the front straightaway. 24 drivers for your event here tonight. That's a pretty wide action all over this track tonight. I can see our Jeff Parker, or no, that's Randall Dixon there, in the middle of the track, there in that green machine. Working off the corner, got the 513 of Jeff Parker there underneath him, and oh no, Dixon around and up and over goes Albany. Jeff Sharp goes up and over. Albany gets involved. Scott will come out there in turn number 1. We'll take a look at the on the pole instant replay here tonight. As you watch them down through the front straightaway. They're out of turn 3 and 4. Problem there for that machine. And just starts ends up into the outside wall. Oh man, what a hit there for him. Now you watch him down that front straightaway, gets pinched here a little bit, little tag there. That one sent him sideways. And then it's, tough break there. The 35 of Carol Plump, I believe, is who that was who got involved. Yes, Carol Plump in the number 35. No caution flag, as we said, out on the speedway. Now we're getting ready to go back live here with the on the pole instant replay now over. Down the back straightaway, they're all lined back up side by side. Brewer out there on the top side, Watson on the inside. And here they go now, off of the corner they go. Through turn 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Dean Reynolds there in 4th. Keep it bringing out there. And on down through, Dean Reynolds up there in 2nd now. We're down through that back straightaway here into turn 3. Watson up there on the bottom side with Brewer up there in front. Reynolds, though, trying to still hang on to that 2nd spot. Up above Watson, though, not giving up on that bottom. Caution comes back out as we got a message car at Drywall with Randall Dixon. Chris Albee, Scott Thomas, and all involved back here. Take another look here at the on the pole instant replay. And they go down there out of the corner. Everybody's 3 wide there. You see Chris Robinson there. And, oh man, tough break there. They just collect going into corner number 1. And try to figure out who was at the start of that. I believe it was at 210. Up there on the high side, right in front of Dixon. And it's in the outside wall. Dixon ends up in the back. I want the 6 gets involved. The 207, I don't know if he had much choice there, as next move might have found him. Oh man, just another cluster there going into turn 1 here at Charlotte tonight. This is the dirt track of Charlotte. We are here live from Coast to Coast Racing Network and Figure Farm TV on the pole here tonight. I'm your host, Adam Figure, as we got them running 358 brought to you by Hawks Garage. Everybody get mine back up side by side. And down there now in the corner number 1 and 2. Pace car pulls off. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Charlotte. They head on out there now, down the front straightaway here through 3 and 4. Got the 23 now in 2nd. The 7 of the Santa Claus up there on the high side. Dean Reynolds sits 4th. That's somebody there from Dickens. Dickens down there on the inside. 22 laps to go here in your remaining event from the 358. Fox garage. Watson goes around. Dickens goes around. Roberts involved. More involved coming through turns 3 and 4. Barry Wallace there. Somebody lost the wheel, trying to figure out who that might have been. I see the wheel rolling through the infield. Heads off of Melgosa. I don't know if anybody else is missing the wheel or not. Take another look at it here as we got yet another caution tonight in the 358 mods. Coming this time out of turn 4. So keep an eye on Watson there in the number 23. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Oh, Dickens comes down and gets into the back of them. That sends them all around there. There's where the tire pops off of Melgosa. That Dickens involved, Jeff Sharp, Billy Roberts, Tom Atlas. Watson gets it straightened back out. Restart. Possibly. Still got one more time around here at Charlotte. Well, maybe not. Oh yeah, replay here. Coming here off turn 4. Green flag in the air. Brewer, Buckman, Watson. Your top 3. Down there on the bottom side, that looks to be Chris Darvison trying to make it work. Okay, down there off corner number 2, down there through 3 and 4 now. The 66, Mike Lita fights there on the outside of Chris Darvison. Down there in the corner number 1, 19 laps to go. Here comes Chris Darvison up in front of the 66. Mike Lita. You got the 513 and Jim Parker back here on the middle to bottom of the track. The 93, Jason Butterfield working his way back through the field here. Down 3 spots. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night for him. The biggest mover, though, is this guy here, the 147. Michael Justify Gachio. They got Thomas in there on the outside. Dean Reynolds there for it. Watson there 3rd. Bachman down there on the bottom side. Got to make sure you don't catch them infield tires. As Brewers up there on the high side. Which train's going to prevail here as they work off the corner. Got some out there watching Bart. And trying to figure out where he is. Who Bart is. Now Barry Wallace back here in the 210, trying to work on through the field. Billy Roberts there in 19th now. He tries to work his way back to the field. There you see Watson and Dean Reynolds right behind Bachman. Brewer there in the front. Now they head down that front straightaway here in the corner number 1. Up there along that outside edge. Up along that cushion goes Mike Brewer. Sam Buckman's going to follow suit. Watson trying to find that line. Looks like Brewer might have got up into that outside wall just a touch. Out there in the front straightaway, 12 laps to go here for your 358. The Fox Garage here tonight. Next up, it's going to be the Expert Insulation. Big block modified, so you don't want to miss that. Same design of car as what you're watching now, but It's going to be lighter. It's going to be faster. They're going to have more horsepower to put to this track. Down there now through 3 and 4. Sam Bachman in second. Watson, their third. 11 laps to go. Bachman still hangs on to second. Down there now through the backstretch. Jason Butterfield back there in 6th. Blake Christopherson back there in 5th. Dino up to the high side there in 4th. Trying to hang on and trying to get up there to William Watson, who's locked into 3rd at the moment, but we've seen how crazy things can be here. At coast to coast, things can happen in an instant, and that holds true for any motorsports here. We see a battle for the lead. Sam Bachman working that top side. Brewer now slides on up. Here comes Bachman down below. And Bachman goes back out to the lead here through turn 3 and 4. Yellow flag is out. I don't know if it'll let Bachman keep that. Will it? I don't know. But who do we got having issues here? Looks like Watson. No, not Watson. Sorry. Barry Wallace. That's where the accident happened, was back here at Barry Wallace. Down the back straightaway here. You see Barry Wallace up there against that outside wall. Gets tangled there. And, ooh, man. Billy Roberts gets involved. Albie might have got a piece of it. Right underneath the flagman there. Lights are out. Single file restart yet again as we're on the 4th caution. Up there along the outside edge, Bachman running that high line. Tom Atlas, Billy Roberts once again having issues. Roberts is in the pit. There goes Atlas down there into the pits the wrong way. 5 laps to go for Bachman out there in front at Charlotte tonight. Brewer there in 2nd, Watson in 3rd. Blake Christopherson, he's back here in 4th. And up there on that high side, 4 laps to go for Sam Bachman and Mike Brewer. Off the corner they go. Dean Reynolds there in 5th. Mike Guido there in 6th. Jason Butterfield there in 7th. Jeff Barker there in 8th. They were kind of back straight away. Bachman going back for the lead once again with Brewer right there on the bottom. Watson also in the mix there. Dino and Christopherson battle it out for 4th. Brewer back out there to the lead. Here comes Bachman down the back straightaway here in the 3 and 4. Bachman's going to give him a dive, then slide it up. Watson looking as well. Those 3 still haven't figured out where they want to finish as of yet. There you see Mike Brewer dives out there to the front. Here comes Bachman again. Down there on the inside. Final corner here. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Sam Bachman for the win here at Charlotte with that final backstretch pass there. With Brewer having to hang on to 2nd. William Watson in 3rd. Waiting on your official results to come in. Starting out, or getting the win here tonight, Sam Bachman, Mike Brewer there in second. William Watson, third place finisher. Baker Starbuck in fourth. Fifth going to Dean Reynolds. Sixth, Jeff Barker. Seventh, Ryan Elty. Bagavachio finishes eighth tonight. Scott Thomas in there in ninth. Harold Klump finishes 10th tonight, rounding out your top 10. Robbie Shaw in 11th. Terry Waters 12th. Out 4th there in 13th. Glenn Sharp there 14th. Armando Melgosa there in 15th. Jeff Sharp 16th. Mike Guida 17th. 18th, that's going to go to James Butterfield with Chris Alvey there in 19th. Tom Atlas there in 20th. Billy Roberts 21st. Barry Wallace 22nd. Brian Dickens 23rd. And rounding out your field, Randall Dixon in 24th. Let's go and get with your 358 winners here tonight. That's going to be starting here with your third place finisher, William Watson. If I have it set, if I'm thinking correctly. Come on. Good evening there, William. How's it going?
Going good, bud. How about you?
It's going really well. What'd you think of Charlotte tonight? Seemed like it was a pretty decent track out there for you guys all night long.
Yeah, I mean, it was slick right there in the middle. I don't know. I've never seen it that slick. Like you go into the corner and getting sideways. So, but top, bottom was there. Those two lines right there were really fast. Bottom, not so much unless you hit it just right. But the racing was good, especially right there at the end. I almost messed Sam up. He was doing a cut down, slowing down enough to get a cut down going, and I tapped him twice. Luckily, we didn't take each other out with that. So, it's a fun little race right there at the end.
Well, I mean, you guys definitely battle hard here coast to coast, and it just goes to show the competition that you guys faced here tonight. Great job pulling off a third place for Full Throttle Motorsports, and looks like Sam got first, is also Full Throttle, so I know you got at least two there. I'm not sure who Mike Brewer races for.
He races for us, yeah.
So FTM's got the top three tonight.
At least I think Dean got fourth. I'm not sure.
Chris Starverson got fourth.
Yeah, so they got top five for the team.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Dean had a good run there for a little while until them bumps up in the top of 3 and 4 coming in. Oh my goodness! You almost had to stand on the brake just to keep it out of the wall.
Well, so you guys were getting rocked pretty good there going into 4, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job keeping it out of the wall and hanging on for third place. I'm sure you were hoping for something a little better, but I mean, competition's tough, and it was a tough track tonight from what you're saying. So, you got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that third place.
Yeah, teammates at FGM, Swan Speed Shop, Super Performance, GripX.com, Dirt Car Series, Vortex Graphics for the wraps, all the sponsors who put this on, and you for broadcasting.
Alrighty, well, congrats there, getting third place tonight, and we'll see you in the big blocks, I'm sure.
Yep, hopefully P1.
We'll see.
All right, see you, bud.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's William Watson. Now we'll get with second place driver Mike Brewer.
Oh.
Good evening there, Mike. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm doing really well. How's things with you?
Fantastic. That was probably one of the best races. That was so much fun. I don't
Well,
care if it was second or not, but...
You started on the pole, just unfortunate you couldn't keep a hold of it. Sam coming up there and getting that spot away from you.
Yeah, hats off to Sam, man. I have so much fun racing against him. Just the respect factor of it. He's so fast and stuff, and when we get battling like that, it's so much fun.
Yeah, I know you weren't giving it to him easy, that's for sure.
Oh no. When we might be the same team or stuff like that, but out there on the track, let's throw the gloves on. Let's battle for it.
As long as you're battling clean, I think everybody's happy with it.
Absolutely. I try to race as clean as I can all the time, and you're gonna have your mishaps here and there, and but what a race! I really wanted this one, and then when I seen Sam up there, it was gonna be gloves off, like I said, and in 3 and 4 it was so rough on entry. I smacked a lot, and a bunch of other guys probably did too, but it was so hard to keep it on that top side in 3 and 4 with the holes and stuff. But that last part of that race must have been pretty exciting. I know it was a lot of fun running.
Well, hopefully we can get a grader out there to maybe grate something of that off for the big blocks.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it was pretty rough up there.
That's what we're hearing, that it was rough going into 3 and 4. Yeah. Um, William almost said you almost had to use a touch of brake just to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, in that case you do a little bit just to keep that back end around, but that's where I was making the mistake, and I ended up driving in harder, which loosened me up on entry and center, and then I was just that's where Sam was catching me because I couldn't run 3 and 4 like that.
Well, I mean, you still pulled off second place, and like I said, you didn't let them have it easy. You battled them clear to the end, so great job, great looking car there. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting second place.
Yeah, all the guys over there at FTM, great group of guys. Ever since they brought me in, it's been a ton of fun. I've learned a lot. Clay, Sam, Dino, all those guys over there. Ever have any questions with them, and they'll give you the shirt off their back. Just a great group of guys. Um, you for putting this on, filling in tonight. It's awesome to have somebody to go back to and be able to broadcast this and call it race. So, my Uncle Ron there, Hawks Garage, for sponsoring this. So that's awesome that he wanted to come in here and contribute to it. I don't think he's watching tonight, which I was kind of hoping I was going to win to kind of bust on him a little bit, but
I don't know. I got
expert.
14 people. I got 14 viewers, so I don't know who's all out there watching.
Yeah, he might be in here. um, I didn't see him. And all the guys out there watching, appreciate it.
A great job there tonight, and we'll see how we do going into the big blocks here.
Yeah, yep, definitely. Gonna get ready and go out there and turn some laps.
All right, well, good luck there, Mike, and we'll see you on track in the big blocks coming up here soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was Mike Brewer. Now we'll get with first place driver Sam Bachman. Good evening there, Sam. How's it going?
Going pretty good. You?
Oh, it's going fairly well. And, man, you battled it hard. What was the trick to getting around that top side so smooth?
I just kind of let out a little bit. Probably go like 3/4, maybe a little bit or more or whatever throttle, and just hold on for the bumps and try to keep it straight.
Well, we heard that turn 3 and 4, especially the entrance to 3, was definitely giving some drivers an issue tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty bumpy or whatever. I mean, I didn't think it was too bad or whatever. I think I was just actually probably getting a little higher than a lot of other people. So it felt like you could get pretty high or whatever. You could like kind of go around them or whatever, but you still felt them. They just weren't as bad. But if you were like half a lane down or whatever, they're pretty bumpy.
Now, you did a great job, and can't wait to see what you got coming up here in the big blocks. You got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory here in the small block?
Yeah, all the boys over at FTM, Gunnar at Swan Speed Shop. He's really been working hard on the dig. Dino at Subaru Car Series, Expert Installation, Shaggy TV, Vertex Graphics, GG Drywall Services, obviously you Flieger for doing the broadcast tonight, and Coast to Coast.
Alrighty, great job there, Sam, and we'll see how you do in the big blocks coming up here shortly.
Thank you, sir.
So that's going to wrap it up here with your 358 modifieds. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back here at Charlotte here in just a few moments, bringing you the big block modifieds from Coast to Coast Racing League here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Flager Farm TV on the pole here tonight.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
one here on the board. We're just trying to test a couple things here. And we got grid one here. Okay. A lot of work to get. John Hine there out front, the number 71 for Gambler Motorsports. William Watson there in position number 2, driving the number 23. Starting in second row inside the 79 of Dean Reynolds. To his outside, Billy Roberts there in fourth in the 099. Trevor Drew in the 075 starts fifth here for Full Throttle Motorsports. Glenn Sharp there in the 990 starts to his outside. Brian Alsey there in seventh. JWR Motorsports 027 starts seventh. Full Tilt Racing the 441 of Chris Bargetzi there in eighth tonight. Back there in row number 5, Tom Atlas. And the number 11 starts 9th. Blake Christopherson in the 051 rolls off in 10th. Lights are off on the base machine. We're going to be going green flag racing when they come back around. Down there in the corner 3 and 4. These are having anxious to get it going here for heat number 1. 8 laps the distance. Dean Reynolds starting out there on the pole. With Watson to his outside. Roberts back there in the fourth, meaning he was the fastest qualifier down there through 1 and 2. Heading out there onto the back stretch. Dino getting a great run down there on the bottom. As Watson hangs on to the top side there. I don't know if the grader was able to help out and get some dips filled in up there on the high side. We'll have to look at that here as they roll into corner 3 and 4. And still look like there's still quite a bit of bump up there on that top side of the track. They want that 23 kind of bouncing up and down going into the entrance of the corner. There through 1 and 2. 79. Bob Reynolds still leads the way. Here comes the 75T up Trevor DeRue, working it down there on the bottom. Up there on through 1 and 2. Looking in the middle, that's the 99 of Roberts. Trying to see if he can find a group there that he can thread it through. Brian Alsey battles with John Hine back here for fifth. And John Hine there on the bottom. Trying to get that 71 Mystic there on the bottom of the speedway. There comes the 990 and Glenn Sharp. Trevor Drew on the bottom as well. They come there off the corner. Little touch there. The 79 to Trevor Drew in the 75T. 3 laps to go here in heat number 1. Little bit of problems there out of the 79 or 75T. Reynolds still hanging on to that lead, but barely just in front of Watson. Watson getting that top line to really dig in for him. Reynolds might be messing up just a shade down there on the inside. He's going to really dig here if he wants to keep Watson behind him. Coming to the white flag. Not sure who had who at the line. Reynolds going to drive it down there. Going to try to drag race him hard down the back straightaway. Here through turn 3 and 4. He's going to slide it in there. He's going to slide it up, and he's going to hope that checks up Watson. And it does. Dean Reynolds to get the win here in heat number 1 for your expert installation. Big block modified. Your results from your heat race coming in. Here is your result. Dean Reynolds getting that win. Watson in second. Roberts there third. Trevor Drew finishes fourth. John Hine there in fifth. Ryan Alsey there sixth. Blake Christopherson in seventh. Glenn Sharp there in eighth. Chris Bargetzi there in ninth. And Tom Atlas there in 10th. number 2 grid. Jeff Barker out there in front. Mike Brewer in second. We got third going with the 280 of Jeff Sharp. Fourth starts Venom Racing, number 93, Jason Butterfield. Road number 3 on that inside. It's going to be the 011 of Randall Dixon starting fifth. Sam Bachman for Full Throttle Motorsports and the 007 starts sixth. Road number 4 inside the 35 of Harold Klump. Jerry Waters in the 207 there to his outside. Alton fourth there in the number 61 starts 9th, and Michael Machillo there in the 147 starts there in 10th. Thank you all for tuning in here to Coast Racing Network tonight. Hopefully these drivers and myself aren't disappointing you with tonight's series as we get ready for heat number 2 of the Expert Insulation Big Blocks from the Coast to Coast Racing League. Down the back straightaway, got the 39. Brewer to the outside. Off the corner they go. And down and away. They headed on out there. Looking down there on the bottom side. Mike Brewer in the 2. In second. Parker's trying to hang on to it. Brewer's hanging on to second now. Parker getting a great run there on the inside of that 513. 7 laps to go for heat number 2. Down here through 3 and 4. Brewer out there in the lead. Jeff Parker second. And then we got Jeff Sharp there in third. Randall Dixon back in fourth. Not running too bad right now here in the big blocks as they headed off through turn 2. Onto the backstretch, head into 3 and 4. And still got a little bit of a bump coming into 3 and 4. It seems no matter where at on the racetrack you might be, because the entrance of 3 seems like it could be a little treacherous for these drivers. There you watch the 39 up there on the high side. That is Mike Brewer. Parker down there on the inside. 5 laps to go. 4 laps to go now with Randall Dixon there in third. Jeff Sharp fourth. Dan Bachman fifth. Jason Butterfield there in sixth. And working on out there. Up to the high side goes Brewer. He tries to work around the outside of Parker. Can't quite get there as everybody's got 3 laps to go now. 3 laps to play for the heat race number 2 at Charlotte down there through 3 and 4. Parker might have a little bit of a run here in the corner number 1. Can he hold on to it though there on the high side, or does Parker have a little bit better line there on the bottom? Similar to what we saw out of Dino and Watson. We see final lap here. Brewer is going to give it all he's got. So will Parker. Parker's down there on the inside. Parker's down there on the inside. And Brewer is going to come away with the win here in heat number 2. That's going to knock Jeff Parker back there into second. Jeff Sharp there gets third in tonight's heat race number 2 for your Expert Installation Big Block Modifieds. So, here we go. Heat number 2. Your grid is as follows. The 3 nominees of Mike Brewer getting the win in heat number 2. Jeff Parker second. Jeff Sharp third. Randall Dixon fourth. Jason Butterfield there in fifth. Harold Klump sixth. Sam Bachman seventh. Alton fourth there in eighth. Terry Walter ninth. And Michael Machillo there in 10th. That is heat number 2. In the books. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. We're for your main event of the Big Block Modifieds represented by Expert Insulation.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
the speed. Back here from the speedway, your grid about to come live. Your starting grid is as follows. Dean Reynolds into 79, starts on the pole. Mike Bird, who is outside, there in second. William Watson driving the number 23 for Full Throttle Motorsports, starts third tonight. Jeff Bugger there in the 513. Billy Roberts in the 099. There in fifth place, Jeff Sharp. There in sixth. Starting there in seventh, the 075, Trevor Drew. Full Throttle Motorsports, Randall Dixon in the 011. Starts in eighth. John Hine there in the 71. Starts for Gambler Motorsports in 9th. Jason Butterfield for Venom Racing in the 93. Starts there in 10th. Row number 6 inside, JWR Motorsports, Ryan Alsey in the 027. Harold Plump there in the 35. Starting there in 13th, the 051. Quaker Starvin, Sam Bachman there in 14th. 15th going to Glenn Sharp in the 990. 16th is going to start Elk Forte. Chris Bargetzi there in the 441. Starts 17th. Terry Waters in 18th. Tom Atlas there in 19th and the number 11. Michael Machio in the 147. That is your starting grid here for your main event of the big block here tonight. Who's ready for some action as they work it out of turn 3 and 4? Down there now, out of the corner. They are down and away here at Charlotte. As they're side by side, watch Dean Reynolds dive down there to the bottom, trying to get up there in front of Brewer. He will do so. Watson, though, on the bottom, making a run for it. Parker as well, there in the mix. Yeah, he's back here in 6th. Up there on the high side. Caution comes out for Atlas and 4th. Here we watch Tom Atlas back here at the back. He's at number 11 down there on the bottom side. Coming there into the corner and just kind of gets it up. And then I want to say that might have been Dixon that came in and tagged him around. So there's Atlas, Glenn Sharp in the pits. As Glenn Sharp didn't take the grid. And then your expert insulation. Big block modifieds here for Thursday Night Thunder. Brewer there in 2nd, Watson there 3rd. Parker in 4th, Billy Roberts there 5th. Well, they get lined up side by side here. Getting ready for the restart. There you see Roberts out there on the inside. 3rd car back, that red number 99. 2 is outside. That's a 280 of Jeff Sharp. And down there across the line, Reynolds gets a great start. So does the 39 there, Brewer. Brewer's showing me that he's in 7th. We got Watson back here. That's the way Watson. Dino there in 5th. Bachman out there in front. With what the scoreboard is reading, I don't know if that is correct. We have yellow flag this time for a few drivers, it looks like. Well, maybe not. It looks like Jason Butterfield. Jason Butterfield having issues here tonight. There in the number 441. There, you see him go around. There's Chris Robinson getting involved in the mix. And trying to see who might have been back there. There he is. There's Jason Butterfield. And the number 93. On the backstretch, Sam Bachman still your leader. Somehow they got all different around. Thought yeah, the scoreboard's a little screwed up at the moment because your leader is that of Dean Reynolds. Second is that of the 39 or 390 Mike Brewer. Watson there in third. And Barker up here on the outside. A foot. And they're down and away here across the line. Let's see who it's going to be tonight. 28 laps to go. They work down the back straight away. The 99 there. Roberts trying to get up there. Can't quite get there as of yet. He's being scored way back at the back. No, he's not. There we go. Now the scoreboard's fixed. John Dean Reynolds in the lead. Mike Brewer there second. Watson there in the third as they had it on out there. Through turn 3 of 4. Up there on the high side. Might be the place you want to be right now, but that block seems to be working well for others as well. So definitely got a 2 to 3 lane racetrack here at Charlotte tonight. Great job for these guys. Getting it kind of drivable at that point. I know it's probably not the tackiest as the track went away. Third caution on the night here for your big block modifieds. Once again, that's going to be Mike Brewer bringing out the caution. Brewer had a great run going there on the outside. You're calling your number for tomorrow night. All right, Jeff? We'll see if that holds true for you. That's over on the FFTV side. If people were wondering, Jeffrey Clifton, they're running SRA tomorrow night. We're watching there. There goes Mike Brewer around with a little help from the 023 of Watson up there on the top. And maybe everybody scattered, and oh no! That's the 027 of Ryan Elsie going around. Randall Dixon getting involved. And it just clutters up the backstretch here at Charlotte tonight. All right, here they go. Off turn 3. And they're away. Green flag in the air. Reynolds, what a jump he made coming down there in the corner number 1 and 2. They're coming through onto the backstretch. Reynolds out front. Watson there second. Roberts there third. Guru, he gets into third now. Working underneath of Roberts real tight. Coming off turn number 4. There you see Jeff Stark back here in the 280. The 513 of Jeff Barker. Down there off the corner, down back straightaway here in the 3. 24 laps to go for the main event of the big block modifieds here on the dirt circuit. Before we move to the Pro Late models. Down there now off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. There's Jeff Barker, still running 5th. Clay Christopherson there in 7th. Bachman there in 8th. Harold Plunk there in 9th. Chris Borgetzi in 10th. Keeping it rolling there, 22 laps to go. 14 Reynolds, Watson right on the back bumper. Reynolds, and there you see them bumps. The driver we're talking about there in the 358. I don't know if these cars are handling any better or not with the extra horsepower, because they are also a little lighter. when it comes to adding that horsepower. So they're not as heavy as a 358. So, and that always, but I found that interesting whenever you start talking about race cars and stuff, especially whenever you're looking at a division like this. You got two cars that look identical, and the sprint cars on NASCAR on dirt are the same way. The higher the number, so you got a 305. They're the slowest, least horsepower, and the heaviest. And then you jump up to the big boys, the Outlaw Series with the 410s. They're running a much lighter frame and much more horsepower. So it's definitely interesting how it correlates there through the series. And we got somebody down there through the bottom of the track. That's Kerry Walters in the number 207. He's going to tow it back to the pit. 17 laps to go for Mr. Dean Reynolds as they work there off the corner. Watson there second. Trevor Garou there in fourth. Or I'm sorry, there in third. Roberts hanging on the fourth. They work there now off the corner. You see the 93 of Butterfield. Butterfield involved in an accident earlier. Got it back underway and rolling. 16 laps to go for Dean Reynolds to hang on. Can he do so there in front of the tough contender of William Watson? And as they're racing around here, let's see if we can pull up the points here for your big block modified. And that is going to be Sam Bachman leading the way with the points with 498. Dean Reynolds in second with 405. Billy Roberts with 399. Baker starting with 393. Jeff Sharp with 392. Those are your top five. So, I mean, there's definitely some groups where some of these drivers would like to get. And Dino's looking for his first win on the season. He's got one top five and 6 top 10s. So he's staying pretty consistent. He would like to see that win, though, coming through here tonight to put that win on the column for this spring season of Coast to Coast. Down there now through turn 3 and 4. The 23 of Watson hangs on there in second place. Trevor Garou, Blake Christoph. Dan Bachman. Jeff Sharp, Jeff Barker, Jeff Sharp in the pit. Michael Vecino's in the pit. Dixon is out. Sharp is out. Walters is in the pit. So we're down 5 drivers. Hey, Roberts still hangs on the fourth, right behind Trevor Garou. Working through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Watson hangs on to the second place. They go down through here. 1 and 2 on the bottom side of 23 of William Watson. Dean Reynolds there in second now. But he's going to fight back down there on the bottom side. That's where I think Dean's comfortable is running a little bit of a slider line. As we'll see what he does here through turn 1 and 2, and that's exactly what he does. Down that back straightaway. Going for it is Watson. 3 wide. Trevor Garou on that outside lane. Watson goes way up high. That's going to allow the 79 there to get back underneath. Garou coming with him. There comes Watson 3 wide. And Garou going around. Dino out getting bumped around. And he's going to have to collect. And Roberts now going underneath of Watson. And going to try to slide it up there. Garou is grass. And Garou is in the pits. Watson coming up and squeezing it above Roberts. We're down there now through turn 3 and 4. 4 laps to go here in the main event of your feature for the Expert Installation Big Block. They had a lot out there now. Great job for William Watson to hang on to the lead as he's doing right now. 4 laps to go. I'm just throwing that out there. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody's got anything for Watson. Reynolds sitting there in third. About a half second off of... About a half second off of my picture. We got Watson hanging on there for the final lap down there out of corner number 3 and 4. Checkered flags unfurled, and it's going to be William Watson coming across the line, and Billy Roberts hangs on for second. Dean Reynolds gets third. Yamaconda Sam Walkman there fourth. Getting here with your main results. Watson taking home the win. Roberts second, Dean Reynolds third. Sam Bachman there fourth. Baker Thompson in fifth. Harold Plump in sixth. Seventh going to Jeff Barker. Eighth going to Jason Butterfield. Ninth going to Mike Brewer. Chris Borghetti there in 10th. Elton fourth there in 11th. John Hine there in 12th. Ryan Elgin there 13th. Tom Atlas, 14th. Trevor DeRue there, 15th. Michael Machio there, 16th. Jeff Sharp, 17th. 18th, that's going to go to Randall Dixon with Terry Walters, 19th. Glenn Sharp there in 20th. We'll get with your winners now. Third place finisher, that is. Oh. There we go. Third place finisher. Dean Reynolds. Good evening there, Dean. How's it going?
What's going on, Adam? How you doing?
I'm doing fairly well, just trying to navigate some settings here and get used to them that I'm trying to add to the broadcast, so just to make things a little bit more appealing to our viewers. So, man, oh man, what a night of racing it was for you. You guys just really put on a show here tonight at Charlotte. Couldn't really give too much ground up.
No, it was, it's a lot of fun to run with your teammates and, throw bombs at each other and race close and race hard. And, I probably didn't give William a lot of room there. And when he got me a little bit, it got my car upset. So I didn't realize Billy was even there. And, it's just a racing deal. That's all it was. Bart didn't mean it and everything. And then we hung on and we brought it home to third. And so a good run for Billy and Bart.
He did a great job there. And, man, oh man. What was the track as rough in the big blocks as it was in the 358s?
Yeah, it wasn't as rough because there was less cars, but there was still bumps out there though. So you just had to try to get through them without your car pushing. And but what was the big difference was in the small blocks it was up against the wall. In 3 and 4, here was right in the middle, so the track was a lot of different with that.
Well, I tried to get the grader out there for you guys to go and try to smooth that out. Apparently they did a poor job at it then.
Yeah, it was, Charlotte's a good track, and it was a good night, so we got fifth in the 358s and third here, so we'll take that, Adam. It's a good night.
Well, you did a great job, and what do you expect going forward with the Pro Late models tonight?
Well, it all depends how the track wears in, so we'll probably know a little bit after the warm-ups and then see how that works.
Alrighty. Well, you got sponsor shout-outs. People you want to thank there, Dean, for getting that third place?
Yeah, I appreciate it, my friend. Just want to thank you for sponsoring, Hometown Heroes and you filling in for Shaggy tonight. So thank you, man. And I want to thank Expert Installation for their sponsorship of the Big Blocks, Full Throttle Motorsports guys, and everyone at Coast to Coast.
Alrighty, great job there, Dean, and good luck in the Pro Late models tonight.
All right, brother. Thank you.
So that was Dean Reynolds there, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with second place, Billy Roberts. Good evening there, Billy. How's it going?
Good, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing really well. What a race it's been here at Charlotte so far tonight. How do you think your night's been so far between the two series?
You mean the demolition derbies? That's what I would call them tonight. I wouldn't call them really a race, but yeah, I think we had a top 3 car in both series, but just didn't work out on the small blocks. So gave them hell in the big block.
Well, you definitely did do that and got yourself up there in the second. Did you think you might have had anything for Watson, or is Watson just one of those drivers? Once he's out front, clean air, he's tough to catch.
Nah, just having a little trouble entering in the 3. You know, if we'd have been door to door, it might have been a different story coming across the line. But all in all, a good race. I mean, pretty clean race up front anyway. And, we brought her home in third. Can't ask much more than that. Or second, I guess. We got second.
Yeah, you got second here tonight, and Dean got third, and you definitely did a great job. Do you think the bump going into 3 might have been what was upsetting you a little bit?
I was definitely making the car tight. Probably should have went to the bottom a little faster in 3 and 4 and see if I could have got something better down the bottom. But it's just hard to move around a whole lot when you got so many fast guys behind you as well. So.
Well, the top 3 of you, I mean, you were all pretty much right there waiting on the guy in front of you to make the slightest mistake.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. I mean, it's like the teammates up there got into each other. Blake Brewer got spun earlier, and then I don't know what happened to Trevor there. All I know was just everybody went sideways. Dean went one way, and Watson went the other way, and I kind of got the lead for a second, and then I threw a shitty slider in there, and it got tight on me again and let him get back around me. But all in all, good race.
Yeah, it looks like you guys always have a blast out there. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting second tonight.
Oh, of course, my teammates over Left Foot Mafia, Mike, Jake, Randy, Terry, Junior, Pops, Gears Unlimited, NJ Landscaping, Wheel Pave. Shit, there's so many I can't even think of them anymore. But Vitaly Motorsports, and you, Adam, for broadcasting it, and Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race.
Well, it's my pleasure. And are you coming out in the Pro Late models?
Oh, yeah, I'll be out there.
Alrighty, well, good luck in them.
All right, thanks.
That's Billy Roberts, your second place finisher tonight. Now we'll get with Watson, your winner. Here from Victory Lane, William Watson. You got that 23 hooked up there pretty good tonight for the win here in the big blocks.
Yeah, I always feel good in the big blocks. I hate what happened to Trevor there. I didn't know he was there, to be honest with you. And I had no choice but to cut down. Dean threw that slider in there, and when he got up top, he got a little loose and came about a half a lane down, so I had to go a little lane lower. And then I heard Trevor at the last second. It sounded like he was going to be behind me, right up on my bumper, but he clipped me. So I guess it's just racing right there, but I didn't know he was down there.
Yeah, it's really tough whenever you guys are running that tight and that close together to really know exactly where you are on the track.
Yeah. I thought, as my teammate, I don't want to do that to him. I don't want to do it to nobody. But if I came down a little too far, I probably could have stayed up on Dean's door there and gave him enough room to stay in there. But I didn't know how clear I was going to be, so from Dean.
Well, you did a great job there. Were you worried that maybe Roberts would have found something behind you, or you just pretty much were focused on hitting your marks there?
I mean, Billy's always fast, so I mean he can always pull something out of it. But me and Dean were going at it for a while. Trevor, he got up there on us, and then so I don't know how far Billy was back from Trevor. I'm sure he wasn't that far because we didn't when we collided all together. We we didn't come to a stop, and he was right there. So he could have found something. He probably, if I wouldn't have protect my line in 3 and 4 coming there to the checkered flag, he probably would have had me on that one. But I took that middle low line, so he couldn't throw a slider on me.
Yeah, you always got to take that protection line there in the final corner, guys. You just never know what the guy behind you is going to try going through that final corner.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on both ends of that. I've been the guy on the outside where the slider comes underneath it. I've been the guy to throw the slider coming through 4.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care. You know, if you hit me, you come up there and you bump me door to door and don't spin me out. I don't mind that at all. That's racing. He could have done that too.
Yeah, that's
just
pretty
bumped
much
the track a little bit, cut my momentum, and he could have had the win there, but he didn't do it. He's a pretty clean racer, so.
Yeah, the time I did it, it was at Lernerville, coming off of turn 4 in the 305s of all things. And I threw it. I caught just the very back of the tail tank on the guy's front wing. So, I mean, he didn't wreck. He got second, but I'm sure he wasn't too happy about it.
Nah, he's probably like, I could have had first.
Oh, man, but yeah, it's just them things. I mean, it's a racing deal. It's what brings the excitement, you know.
Yeah, I just feel bad for Trevor though. He ran a good race, came from 5th to 3rd there, had a chance to win the thing.
Yeah, it does sting, it does hurt, but you know, there's always next race, always next week, and you just never know. Things could play out different to where you're on the opposite end of that stick.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
So it's just you never know. Dirt track racing is just so tight. The cars sometimes will just get a mind of their own and want to go to a different lane without the driver really knowing where it's going. So I mean, it's different to watch, and I'm sure from a driver's standpoint too. Down there on the track, sometimes you're just hanging on for the ride.
Yeah, it's true.
So, great job starting 3rd, getting up there for the win. You got anybody there that you want to thank, sponsors, shout-outs, anything like that?
Yeah, always teammates at FDM, Swan Speed Shop, Duper Performance, GripX.com, DNA Dirt Car Series, Vortex Graphics for the wraps, all the sponsors, coast to coast, and you for broadcast.
Alrighty, great job there, William, and we'll see you next week, I guess, huh? You have yourself a good weekend.
Or no,
I guess not. I'm not going to be here next Thursday night.
I don't know if I will either because
I'll be out of town. So I'm going to cover this week for Shaggy. Shaggy's going to cover me for next Thursday. Hopefully, unless we don't have anybody, which I don't know if that's the case or not. It could be. So we'll see how it plays out. But great job there, Watson, and good luck in the Pro Late Models coming up here shortly.
I bet. Appreciate it.
So that's William Watson, your winner here in the big blocks. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back here from Charlotte with the Pro Late Models coming up.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you, and I'm happy.
is fixed. There we go. All right. Trevor Grew starts out there on pole in the 075 for Full Throttle Motorsports. Billy Roberts there in the 099. There in a second. The 23, William Watson out there in third for Full Throttle Motorsports. Sam Bachman in the 007 in fourth. The 027 of Ryan Helsey there in fifth. Chris Borghetzi there in the sixth spot in the 441 for Full Tilt. The 61 of Alden fourth there in the 61 in seventh. Starting eighth is Tom Atlas there in the sixth. Jeff Sharp in the 280 for Thunder Ridge Racing and Gambler Motorsports. John Hine in the number 71 starts there in 10th. This is your heat race, ready to go here at Charlotte for your GG Drywall Services. Pro Late Models. Off of turn 4 they go. There they go down the front straightaway once again. Here in the corner number 1. Off of 2. There you watch Roberts get a great run. There in the 3 and 4 is going to slide it way up there against the outside wall. Going to give room for Guru. As Guru gets down there underneath him. Down there through the back straightaway. Roberts now battles side by side. As you see Guru have to try to battle it there. There comes the 007 of Sam Bachman down here on the bottom. 6 laps to go here in your heat race for the late models. As they bring it on out there now, once again, up there to the top side. Not sure why that's hanging up like that. Everything seems to be good there. On my end, I don't know what's going on with Coast to Coast end as it was hanging up just a little bit. Hopefully it's okay as we keep it rolling here. Ah, sucker. Down there through out of turn 3 and 4. Guru there in second, battling with Sam Bachman. Watson back there in a 4th. Elsie there in a 5th. Jeff Sharp there 6th. There we got back here in 7th. Down there off the corner. Billy Roberts hangs on to the lead. Got a great lead going out there in front. And they're side by side down there through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Watson now moves himself into 3rd. Underneath of Bachman as Bachman's there. Heading there off the corner, looking at the points here tonight for your pro late models. The leader is Jeff Sharp. Unofficial results here for your heat race is going to be Billy Roberts with the win, Trevor Guru, then William Watson. We'll take a look at it here. So William Watson, here's your heat race results. Billy Roberts there getting that win. Trevor Guru in 2nd, William Watson there 3rd, Sam Bachman 4th, Ryan Helsey 5th, Jeff Sharp there in 6th, John Hine 7th, Elton 4th there in 8th, Chris Borghetzi there in 9th, and Tom Atlas in 10th. We'll be back after this short message. Don't go anywhere. Your main event for the Pro Late Models coming up.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
we go. The grid is up. Your starting grid looks like this. Billy Roberts starts on pole in the number 99. Trevor Guru for Full Throttle Motorsports to his outside in the 075. Row number 2, that inside, the Full Throttle Motorsports machine. The number 23, William Watson, starts third. The 007, Full Throttle Motorsports machine of Sam Bachman, starts fourth. Row number 3, inside the 027, JWR Motorsports. Brian Elsey, driving the 027, starts fifth. Jeff Sharp in the number 280 for Thunder Ridge Racing, starts sixth tonight. Row number 4, Gambler Motorsports, John Hine, driving the number 71, starts in 7th. Big Fish Toll 61, Alton 4th. They're in 8th tonight. Rounding out your field, they're in row number 5 on the inside, Full Tilt Racing, number 441, Chris Bargetzi. They're in 9th. And in the 6th of Tom Atlas, starts in 10th tonight. And they round it out there. That is your starting grid. So good luck, drivers, as they head on out here. Green flag about to come into the air. Down there now, out of turn 3 and 4 they go. You watch them there, coming there off the corner. Great job by these drivers so far. As they're side by side, working there out of the corner. Watson down there on the bottom. Roberts there on the high side. A little touch there to Roberts from the side and from the back from Guru. Now we see Bachman there on the bottom side, going 3 wide. Out of turn 2 here into 3 and 4. 3 wide. Guru, the meat and the sandwich as they work there off the corner. Guru gets it up into the high side. Now Roberts looks to the inside of Guru if he can. Can't quite get there as Guru goes to the inside of Watson now. As they slide it there through turn 3 and 4. Now they work there off the corner. These drivers doing everything they can to, get ahead of everything. And off the corner, number 3 and 4. Bachman out there in 3rd. Roberts there in 4th. Jeff Sharp there 5th. John Hine, he's back there in 6th. There's a 3 wide once again. This time with Bachman on the bottom. Watson up top. Here comes Guru sliding it on through turn 2. Roberts back here in 4th. No, anybody's race at this point in time. Watch them infield tires there. Guru, you don't want to take him out, or that Bachman down there close to him. I couldn't quite catch which one it was, but one of those two drivers was really close down there to that infield tire that you see there. That is Sam Bachman way down there, trying to hang on as they roll there. And we saw how it worked for the midgets last night here. As with the midgets, somebody caught that infield tire. I believe, if I'm thinking, maybe not. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a different race. I don't know. Oh, man. A week 4 race, and sometimes I get them all, intertwined. And they work there now off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Trevor Guru out there in front. William Watson there in 2nd. Sam Bachman there 3rd. Billy Roberts there in 4th as they still battle here. 20 laps to go. Guru, or in Bachman, Battle side by side. As Guru gets out there in front of Watson. Now with Watson and Bachman have to battle it out. And they bring it on out. And now Watson goes to the inside of Guru. Everybody's fighting for that little bit of extra momentum they can. They're just not exactly sure which lane is the fastest. They're all doing a little bit of searching out there. You see Bachman way down there on the bottom, down there by the midfield tires. Make sure you don't get too close. Now you need to run top through 1 and 2, and then he dives to the bottom through 3 and 4. Hoping that's going to be the secret here to get around Watson. And he's got to run here possibly to the bottom of Watson, but not enough that he felt comfortable with going there in the corner number 1 and 2. Now you watch him down there around the back straight here into 3 and 4. Side by side there, they work off the corner. Bachman still trying to work on second place driver of Watson, but he's got to keep an eye on his rear as Roberts is there as well. And Guru's enjoying all this action behind him, and it's slowing these guys down just a wee little bit, allowing him to keep himself in front. That's now their work there through turn 1 and 2. Off down through 3 and 4. There goes Bachman to the inside of Watson, trying to see if he can pull up beside as they head it on down there, and he does so. Gonna try to see if he can slide it up. He does, but Watson's gonna cut back underneath. Roberts now gets back under there. Roberts gets back up there into 3rd. Bachman's now back to 4th. As they slide it off of turn 4, about coming across the line. Bachman had it. He'll go and slide it back in front of Roberts. Roberts giving him a little nudge there off of 2 as they get together there. And off through 3 and 4. Bachman's got to slide it up. Roberts still hangs on there. 11 to go here in your Pro Late Model feature. Brought to you by GT Drywall Services. Down there through turn 3 and 4. Guru out front. Watson there 2nd. Bachman there in 3rd. And they're up there, gets that outside wall. Sparks flying there off of Watson. Watson's trying to find that extra grip. There you watch Guru work that slider through turn 3 and 4. Watson there as well. There you see Bachman up there. You got Sparks coming off of Bachman, getting into that outside wall. That's going to slow him down a little bit to allow Roberts to get another run at him through turn 3 and 4. Roberts now takes over 3rd spot. Bachman ends up back there behind him as they slide it through 1 and 2. 8 laps to go here for these drivers. As we got such a battle going on. Tom Atlas, you see, is out down 6 laps after having a mishap there and crash. The 441, Chris Margetzi rolling there through turn 3 and 4. There's Ryan Elsie, John Hine out front, Trevor Guru, Billy Roberts, Watson still battle for positions as Watson wants to get another win here on the night. He won your 358 division. Now he's looking to see if he can get another one here in the Pro Late Models. It's always tough to get the races completed this way here tonight. And man, oh man, you never know how the track's going to react. Guru out front, Watson 2nd, Roberts there in 3rd, Bachman 4th, Jeff Sharp there in 5th, John Hine there in 6th with Ryan Elsie there in 7th. Alt 4th there in 8th. And they keep it rolling there off of the corner. The 23 of Watson still hangs on the 2nd, but Roberts closing in. Roberts going to look to the inside here through 1 and 2. Not enough of a run, but he's going to try to make it work. Down the back straightaway, had to check up a little bit. Watson got there to the bumper of Guru. We got him fired up once again. Here comes Roberts underneath of Watson. And Billy Roberts down there on the bottom, side by side there. 2 laps to go. Watson could be going back to 3rd as Roberts hangs on there underneath him, and they make contact down here into corner number 1. That's going to help slide them in there. Here comes Bachman now, sliding back into that spot. And down here through turn 3 and 4, Roberts going to try to dig in there. Can't quite do it. Roberts going to shut off Bachman, but it's going to be Trevor Guru gets the win here at Charlotte tonight in the Pro Late Model. Now they bring it on out through the 23 there. Watson in second, and Billy Roberts hanging on to all he could to get that win. Or, I'm sorry, not to win, to get third place. He was hanging on for dear life for third place there, ahead of Bachman. And we're going to be getting here with the results. Trying to get this to do what I need it to do, and it's not wanting to, so I can, there it goes. Now it's doing what I need to do. All right, getting with our winners here. We said Guru got the win. Watson second. There you go. Your winners. Trevor Guru, they're getting that win. William Watson second. Billy Roberts third. Fourth going to Sam Bachman. Fifth, Jeff Sharp. John Hine in sixth. Brian Elsey there seventh. Chris Margetzi there in eighth. Out fourth there in ninth. And Tom Atlas down laps after having some problems there in the main event tonight in the Pro Late Models. Here we go. You're getting with your leaders here tonight. Your top podium finishers. What a battle they kept having here tonight. You just never knew who was going to come out on top. But Trevor Guru pretty much had it wrapped up there for quite a while as the rest of them battled it out back there at the back. We're going to get with Billy Roberts, third place finisher here right now. Good evening there, Billy. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Man, what a night. You got third place here, but you had to fight hard for it. I mean, the top four here tonight were definitely putting on a show, and nobody seemed like they wanted to back off at all.
It was a good show. Good show, good clean racing. Just that's what makes a good race, and good for you, Adam, to call.
That it does. I mean, I know I strive myself on trying to look back through the field at other drivers as well, because not every broadcaster out there likes to, they stay right on the top 4 or 5, and it's like, yeah, but there's other cars on the track that deserve, at least to be shown here and there. But I mean, what an action-packed front you had tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It was a fun, really fun. Charlotte puts on some pretty good racing.
Well,
we had a pretty fast hot rod.
Do you think you were coming away with third tonight, or not?
I didn't know I could get around Sam, but I just found a line there, a little cut down and a little slider, and it was just fast. And then once I got Sam, and then I caught the other guys pretty quick, and then it was just I was hoping that we could all come across the line there, maybe 3 abreast to see if we could win it. But all in all, I'm happy with third. Hell, I'm happy with anything as long as the car comes back in one piece.
Well, I mean, you did a great job. You definitely put on the show, and like you said, it seemed like you all were searching a little bit for that little extra bit of grip.
Yeah, I mean, I had a line, and I stuck to it. It worked. It was working good, and the car felt good there. Got a little squirrely on the start, and, I let them get around me, and but all in all, I mean, it was really good.
Well, you did a great job, and brought it into third place to finish tonight. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that third place.
Of course, Gears Unlimited, Battalion Motorsports, A&J Landscaping, Enemy Consulting, Speed Ranch, all my teammates over Leadfoot Mafia, Terry, Mike, Randy, Jake, Junior, Pops, and of course Adam for you broadcasting it.
All righty, well, great job there, Billy. You have yourself a great weekend, and enjoy the great racing you had tonight, and great podiums here.
You too.
That's Billy Roberts. You are at third place finisher. Now we'll get with second place, William Watson. Good evening there, William. How's it going?
Good, how about you?
It's going well, and I see those are screwed up again.
The coast to coast thing.
Oh, yeah, my placeholder here, for some reason, whenever it's shut down on me, I didn't realize that it did that to me, so, but great job tonight there, Watson, as, you got, second here. You didn't quite get 2 wins, and it looks like you got 2 seconds here, or got a win and a second here tonight.
Yeah, it was fun though. Both the big blocks and this race right here was really fun. The battles in there, and I was just talking to Trevor about 28. He got into the wall in 1 and 2, and I had nowhere to go because Billy was below me, and I just pushed him into the corner, got us separated. And it was a good race though. It was 3 wide there for a little while, and throwing sliders, and while we're still 3 wide, so can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, you guys look like you were having a blast out there the whole night, and couldn't ask for better racing, that's for sure.
No, that's the truth right there, because we was battling. I started sweating halfway through this race.
Yeah, none of it came easy, that's for sure.
Right there in 1 and 2, Trevor kept hitting the wall, and he did it like 3 or 4 times in that race. And I was going to try and capitalize on it, but somehow he got it back off of and hooked back up. Couldn't make a run to make anything happen there towards the end. He ran a good race.
Wow, great job there, William. You got a sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank?
Yeah, teammates at FDM, sponsor Shops, Duper Performance, ScriptX.com, Beat and Dirt Car Series, Vortex Graphics for the wraps, Trevor's for sponsoring the Pro Late models here, Coast to Coast, and you for broadcasting.
All right, great job, and we'll see how it plays out going forward here in the season. Looking like you're third in points right now at 356, right behind Ryan Elzey with 363. So and Jeff Sharp leads the points. So it's going to be interesting to see how the points factors play out this season.
I'm surprised I'm even up there. I haven't been to all the races.
You haven't been to all races?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you missed 2.
Yeah.
So you haven't. You're hanging in there with them all. So great job, and you have yourself a great weekend there, William. And we'll see you next week, or we'll see you next Wednesday for sure. I don't know about. I won't be here Thursday.
Yeah. All right, but we'll see you later.
All righty. That's William Watson, your second place finisher here tonight. Now we'll get with Trevor Guru, your winner. And good evening, Trevor. How's it going?
Good, you?
It's going really well, man. Definitely had to drive the wheels off that to stay ahead of Watson tonight. Were you happy to at least see the battles going on behind you, knowing that was going to slow them down a little bit?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do. Them guys were throwing haymakers at each other, and was able to drive away a little bit there midway through the race or something like that, and just kept making mistakes there. And 1 and 2 hitting the wall. I haven't been racing as much, so just got to knock a little bit of rust off, but. Bart there was able to close in on me, and then yeah, it was a race from there on out. I hit the wall again, and then he just pushed me into 3 and 4, and then it kind of worked out. It kind of worked out perfect. Didn't let Billy by him there, and then it helped me propel myself into the corner. So it was good. Like I said, just got to clean up some mistakes, knock off some rust. Yeah, it was fun, though.
Yeah, you guys all look like you were having a blast up there. I mean, very, very tight race. And then It really could have been any one of you in the top 4 that come away with that win tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you got Billy, Barton, Sam up there. I mean, any one of those 3 can win in anything they race in on any given night. So, yeah, I mean, it was smaller field, but it was a fast field. A lot of good drivers. It was a fun race. Track was a little heavy. Was kind of wish it was a little slicker, but it was kind of nice towards the end there. It was slicked off a little bit, but it was fun. I kind of didn't know exactly what 3 and 4 was going to do. I was running in the middle and then slider, kind of going back and forth, seeing what was working, seeing what wasn't. But overall, it was a good race.
Alrighty, well, great job there. And you got sponsor shout out, people you want to thank for getting victory here at Charlotte in the Pro Late Model?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank my dad, GG Drywall Services, for sponsoring this stuff and allowing you to come out here and broadcast for us. Flieger, thank you as well. Thanks everybody at Coast to Coast. Thank you to all my sponsors, Expert Installation, Big Tim Race Routes for this wrap, Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series, GripPacks.com, Swamp Speed Shop. I'm always forgetting people, but yeah, everybody who makes this stuff possible, I appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, great job, Trevor. You enjoy your weekend, and I don't know, you'll be racing Wednesday or not, but that'll be my only day here next week. And so I cover Shaggy this week. I'm not sure who's covering next week for us, but we'll figure that out here soon, hopefully. But great job once again getting that win, and have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Trevor Guru, your winner here tonight for your Pro Late Models. We're going to sign off here. Great job. And have yourself a great night and even a better weekend. Don't forget FFTV, SRA tomorrow night for some more short track racing. For us here at Coast to Coast Racing Network, we're going to sign off till next week. Thank you all so much for watching. Good night.